there is a certain tranquility in the north. If you notice it, there is a certain calmness, quietness in the north. Presently, nobody's saying anything. Everywhere just silent, like say, now where people die. If you read the body language of that region now, you can tell that something big has happened to them. The last time we experienced this kind of tranquility in that region was, I don't know if you remember, it was during the time of election. When every other region had completed their voting process, everybody don't vote. They've in fact been able they've collected everything together, and then it was remaining the north. What were they doing that time? Can you remember? When it was being alleged that rigging is going on over there right now. That was the time we experienced this kind of tranquility. Now, let me tell you something. You see, after that speech Trump made, designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern, the next thing Tinubu did was, bam, he entered the plane and then he ran to America. He was going to see Donald Trump so that at least they can have this normal, one-on-one talk, political talk where they bring Wayo. He went there. Trump said, man, he doesn't want to see him. He should get the H back, that he doesn't want to see him. If he wants to go and see his vice, J.D. Vance, he can go and see him. J.D. Vance said, man, to hell, I don't want to see him either. Tinubu can enter plane, return back. And then they saw it, how this man, Trump, meant all that he said, that he was very serious. But they were not relenting. Tinubu and his team, or the presidency rather, were not relenting. What did they do? They have to send somebody. They sent one of the, the ministers, right? Ribado. And then when he got there, he was able to assess at least some of the ministers in America, right? And then they sat him down. This time it's no longer president to president like that thing, Ramaphosa did. Enter plane, go meet America. The time when America were saying that, they are killing South African farmers who are Oyibo people. Then he now ran there. This time he was no longer like that. This time he was minister to minister, or maybe I'll say one of the congressmen to a minister in Nigeria, which is the blessing of Ribadu. And when he got there, do you know what they told him? He said, listen, we are going to give you 4 tasks. We don't have anything to say. These 4 tasks must be actualized when you get back. Please, if you're just following, I need you to watch this video to the end. Don't forget to, please, follow us and still share it. Very important, because I want this video to be getting to those top, in fact, everybody, so that, our mind's eye will be active. Please, don't forget. And then they told him, these 4 tasks we are going to give to you. Number 1 is go to the citadel of Sharia in Nigeria. That's Sokoto. Go and abolish it. And number 1, tell your president, number 1, that is abolish the Sharia law in Nigeria. Number 2, proscribe those people sponsoring these men. Proscribe them. And then, now Nigeria won't play your games. But you see, we don't actually know them. You see, we are working close hand in hand with security operative to fish them out. America says, hold it there. We know them. We have them. These are the list. They took the list and they gave it to him. These are the people. A lot of them operated in Buhari's government. Many of them are sponsors. Many of them are negotiators. Many of them got access to our funds, Nigerian money in Nigeria, in order to fund the activities of those people. He said, go and proscribe them. That is the second task. And then the third task is, you must disarm every bandit, in fact, whether they're bandit or whatever, disarm them. At least, so that if they are making, their plans on how to, whether or not to set boots on the ground or to launch Tomahawk, so that those options can be very, very easy for them. That was the third one. And then the fourth one, they said, well, put an end to corruption. Although I know that that one may be like, cockaboo story. But the most important one are those 3. Number 1, abolish the Sharia. Because as you stand now, you people do not know that you have two constitutions in Nigeria. Yes, they only made you feel as if Sharia is under the main constitution. But let me tell you, Sharia supersedes your constitution, whether you like it or not, believe it or not. America said, go and abolish it. These people, you have to expose them and then proscribe them. And then the third one, disarm the bandits. And then everybody was like, man, wow, this one go hard. He came back. Of course, he passed the message to the president and then passed it to his own master too, because you people do not know. You thought you have one president. The Sultan of Sokoto is the second leader. He is more like a president of the North. If you don't know, they passed the message to him. Say, well, if you don't do it, abolishing the Sharia, we will do it. They were like, you will do it. How will you do it? Will you come? Do you know how long Sharia have been here? Will you come all the way from America? He said, well, we have a method. What do? We are going to push a bill. And this bill, what this bill will do is, it will proscribe that region. When you proscribe that region, meaning proscribing a region means you have designated that region to be a 100% breeding ground for terrorism. Every activity that goes on there is terroristic in nature, including administration, including any kind of, whether religious administration, governmental administration, anything that happens there. Then what happens next? Bombs will begin to fall there like rain. Bombs will start to fall. That was what they said. And then when Ribadu got to Ribadu, related it to the Sultan of Sokoto, and then Sultan of Sokoto raised alarm. Say, make una come, ya Allah, make una come. This is what they want to do. They want to proscribe this region and then start to rain bombs here. Because what that will do is it will destabilize that region. Every structure that has been put in place in that place will be scattered, including the dynasty of that Sultan himself. The Sultan is aware of that. That is why when you saw them, when they finished all this bombing, they were like, why did they go to Sokoto and start to throw bombs there? Why didn't they go to Benue or Plateau, the hub of where these people is? People do not understand that if you are sailing on a river or a sea, and then your boat seems to be getting filled with water, the wisest thing to do that moment is not even to start to bail out water. It is to go to that very point where you see water is coming in. If not chewing gum, you use it to block that place, and then it becomes very easy for you to remove the water. That is exactly what America did. They are not stupid. So after all these things now, they were like, okay, since you cannot do it, we will do it. And then you see Ted Cruz, now they started. He immediately pushed the bill. He pushed the bill. For them to, every law that propagates blasphemy, you go talk this one, they will say you don't blaspheme. The next thing they buy you. You talk this one, they say, hey, you don't abuse a social person, they go buy you. You talk this one, they will say it's against the ethics of Islam, they will kill you. He pushed the bill for all these things to be abolished. If they cannot, they will use tomahawk, take abolition. That is the post you're seeing here. This was carried by Premium Times. And it's all over the place on the internet. So right now, as I'm speaking with you now, this bill is there. So this tranquility you see in the note, a lot has happened. They have seen it that these very fabrics, the very foundation, the very fabrics to which that particular Sokoto is being placed is shaking. The foundation is shaking. Because when the man who came into Nigeria migrated all the way from Guinea to Niger, and then from Niger to Nigeria, that is the man of Uthman Danfodio. He was let us say professionally he was a teacher, because he was the one who brought in this same Sharia and started to teach the contemporary Hausa people the language. But originally he was a seller of, he sells duck and this guinea fowl. That is what he sells. Seeing Nigeria as a bigger market, whenever he comes to Nigeria, he sells very well. And then that was where the whole notion that moving into this place, taking over it, came into mind. And being a very close place to Niger, you can easily walk in. Yes, you can easily walk in. Like you saw when they decimated the bandits, they were all running to that place. It's not like you have maybe a sea dividing them. No. It is just like the way you see Ogun State, you see Lagos. That is how this Sokoto, that northern area is to the neighboring countries. So, When this man came in, Usman Danfodio, he brought in and then tried to, refurbish the Islam there. That was where he took over and then started to be the leader of that place. This is a migrant. And then these people now, from then, claim that the land belonged to him. So when you see them say, one na kasa no Usman Danfodio ni, one na say na Usman Danfodio giri na in town. That is the notion that these people have bred themselves with all these years that gave birth to this banditry that we all are suffering today. There is this guy, Nnamdi Kanu, the guy who is presently imprisoned in that Sokoto. That was the very first, statement he made. That said, well, if you want to keep Sharia, if you want to have Sharia, it's not a bad thing. Sharia, no problem. You can keep Sharia to yourself. For those of us who are not into it, who are not interested, we can be on our own. But we go trade as union or we do things as union, but no longer as a country. Yes. European Union is European, EU itself is more like a country, but they are union. You can keep your Sharia. If you go to Malaysia, it's a very beautiful country. I don't want to talk about Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar. Those ones that we are not on the same level at all. I don't want to go there. I'm just going to the places where we at least will say we're on the same level. Go to Morocco, go to Malaysia, Indonesia. Those are as pure Sharia countries. They are Muslim countries. Go and see whether this level of backwardness is existing there. That was where this whole problem started from. They now claim that they must throw that Sharia on you. Whether you like it or not, we must grab you, drag you, enter. We must subject you under their rule, which means the constitution to which you are being governed is useless. Of course, it is useless to them because go and set up a show business in that area and see what they will do to you. Go there and see whether your constitutional rights covers you in that area. These are the bedrock of what we are suffering in that country. And not until they remove it, believe me, all these things will still come back. They may go to sleep now as if, they have been decimated, waiting for just 4 years after Trump comes out and then maybe one of the Democrats enters. Democrats, definitely, everybody knows they are their sympathizer. That banditry was able to grow today. We know the role Obama played in it. Yes. If you don't support something directly, you will support it indirectly. This man frustrated Jonathan from getting weapons to do the job. So what do you call that? So we know the role Democrats plays as far as when it comes to these people advancing their cause. It is not by force that you must live together in a country where you are going to be, decimated every day or you're going to be killed every day. No, it is not. If it doesn't work, they can be on their own and have their Sharia. Very perfect. We do. Those of us who are here in the South, who are not originally do not subscribe to this, we live our own life. We can trade or do whatever we have to do with each other, or it still does not stop it. So that is what the problem is now. As it stands now, so many of them, the moment they have access to government, you see them running around, they are contesting for this post, they are contesting. It is still to drive that cause. You would think they are there to work for you. It's a lie. The moment they get hold of the treasury, they use it to finance that cause. And if that funds are not going there, then you see them they will set up kidnapping for ransom, using it to finance the same stuff. I do not understand why country like Turkey will be, they called on Turkey that Turkey should be the ones, cleansing up the terrorists and whatever. Turkey that some of you have seen their news flying around. You have seen that, what Turkey does. I'm going to talk more about Turkey and their activities in this northern Nigeria in my next video. This video is already taking too long. If you have not followed us, like I said, please follow. Put your comments here. Tell me what you think. I'm waiting for you.